Yo, what is going on, Swamp Meat? I guess Boo Boo finally ending off this year of Snowbreak characters. Um, I want to do something very creative, never done before. Make a tier list of my favorite characters of the year. So creative. Um, um, I just want to keep this in mind. There's not a tier list to say that I feel like which characters are better than the others. This is just my favorite character based off how I feel about them, whether it be gameplay, whether it be design, primarily design, sometimes personality or quote unquote personality. But this is how I feel about a character. So do not take this tier list as a competitive tier list. This is just personal feelings. So let's just jump right into it. We're gonna try to get like the 4 stars out the way because I'm be honest with you, there's a lot of them I don't care for. This Kaguya is one of them. She's not actually. I'll explain that one later. You go up here. You go up here. Don't care. Unfortunately, do not care. Don't care. Don't care. Definitely don't care. Actually, kind of like you. And am I missing a 4 star? Oh, this one actually should go up there. Actually, you can go down here. I think that's all of the 4 stars. Oh, you. Top of here. Yeah. Okay. So let's just jump into the 4 stars. The ones in C, don't care for. You know what? We're just gonna call this one the don't care to. I don't care about these characters, right? Cyrus is cool. She alright. She provides the shield. Kaguya, I honestly forgot what she does, and it's because I don't care for her. Haru, I like Haru the character, but not Haru the 4 star. Does that make sense? To be honest with you, like if I even used her a little bit, she would be up in B tier. But to be honest with you, no. 4 star Life, same situation. I like Life the character, but like past day 3 of playing the game, never used her. This Marion, I'm alright with Marion as a character, but same situation, never used this character like at all. Period. Malxer, unfortunately, is down there in the bottom of like characters I don't care for, and Nida is just not respected, and I don't particularly care for her character. So yeah, that's why they're down in this list. In terms of the B tier, these are characters that I just like, not exactly, you know, like they all right. This is like the all right tier. We'll call it that. You know, these are like characters where even though they might not be the like in the case of the 4 stars, like none of the 4 stars I think are like fantastic, except for Fendi. But what's really, you know, them being okay plus me just kind of liking their character or vice versa, that's what kind of puts them in this tier list. Really the only exception to that is Cherno. Cherno is an exception because I feel like her support skill is very fun and it's so goofy that I'm like, she's like bottom of this tier list off of that alone. As a character herself, not particularly my favorite. Like as a character herself, like I should probably go down here, but to be honest with you, both her and her S rank, A rank, I forgot the ranks like of the rarities, but whatever they call it in this game, I think it's S rank. Both of them are pretty fun in their own regard, so that's why 4 star Cherno is here. I love Haru, like top 5 easily favorite characters in this game. And I used the 4 star quite a bit before I started getting proper, you know, S rank or whatever the hell they are, 5 star supports. Same thing with Frito Pie. Frito Pie is a character I don't care for, so she'll probably go like back here, like here, only because she's another support that I used to use all the time. So yeah, and then Yao. Contrary to popular belief, despite her my history with the 5 star version, Yao's my favorite character. I love Yao. She was my favorite from day 1. Quite honestly, I was happy when I got her 5 star version initially. and then I kept getting her. So yeah. Uh, and then lastly, Chen Xing, or how you say her name, probably getting canceled because I definitely came out racist. I like Chen Xing as a character. I think her 4-star variant could get some use depending on the situation. Same thing with Yao, Quiet Quitter. They're both healers in their own regard. They just heal differently. Yao's is like a drone that follows you, and like it heals as long as you stay in the circle when it activates it. And then Chen Xing gets like, I'm pretty sure she places like a pillar or something that drops healing. I got quite a bit of use out of it early on in Snowbreak, but I've reached a point now where I just don't even bother, and that's okay, right? That's kind of the situation where these like 4-stars belong. Finny's the exception. She is the exception. Finny is the only 4-star in this game where like I used to use her all the time. Like I don't mean like in a sense that I needed support, I pick Frito Pie or Haru. I needed healing, I pick Yao or Chen Xing. I just want to goof around, I'll pick Sherno. I think she also does a bit of support depending on the logistics that you use. But Finny is a character that I use constantly, right? And I like Finny too. I like Finny as a character, right? But she's in an interesting situation where she's both fun and usable, and various different situations. So like she stayed on my team for a while up until like I actually got proper DPSs and I started to form proper teams. But even now, like if I didn't have like a good setup, I'll be using Finny. I'm sorry, not sorry. I think she's a solid 4-star, a really solid 4-star. Yeah, but that pretty much ends the 4 stars here. We'll just finish out the don't own tier list because there's quite a few I do not own at the moment. Somehow don't own her. And is that it? I think, is it only 3 characters? That's impressive, it's only 3 characters. Okay, so these characters I don't own, I don't feel like it's right for me to properly rate them, but I guess like just based off what I've seen and loosely felt with them, like Chen Xing would probably be like here. You would 100% fall down here. You're kind of useful, so maybe here. You'll be bottom of this list for sure. And then Frito Pie, either in the all right or low A tier, I feel like, because Frito Pie's ultimate is goofy to me. I feel like I'm playing Iron Man whenever I've like used her briefly in like other game modes or whatever. But her, like, I feel like if I was to use her, I would have to pull her on my main because I own Tess on that account. And she's pretty unusable without Tess, right? But she would fall somewhere either low A, high, alright, I guess. I'm not sure. Should we call this the good tier? We call this good tier, and then we call this just favorites, I guess. Alright, good and favorite. Yeah. Or best. Bestesses? We're calling it bestesses. That works. This is the bestesses tier. Anyway. Yeah. Who's the other character? Chen Xing I don't own, but she'll probably fall up here. I like her gameplay. I think she's solid, especially for like a, what's she, like 1.1? Is she a 1.0 character or 1.1? She's at most 1.2. I don't think she's 1.2, but she's either a 1.0 or 1.1 character. I think she's fine, especially considering the time that she came out. And then Etchel, I don't like her design. Nowhere near my cup of tea. And I feel like I wouldn't use her really because of the healing. Maybe in co-op, but that's it. I feel like I would rarely use her, but she's an alright character. If you like Etchel, you like Etchel. That's you. But I think that pretty much covers characters that I don't own or the 4 stars now. So we can get into the real nitty gritty. We could dump Kaguya here in the good tier. I'm just gonna start off with like quick, like lightning rounds, right? So Kaguya's there, Mouser's there easily. Yeah. Let's see. What are some other characters? You can go in there too, and then. Unfortunately, you can go in there too, and then. I'm saving that for later. Honestly, I think that's it. Like, okay, like, I guess we throw her in here. So yeah, Marion, Marion. Marion is very, very fun, and also very, very mid as a damage character. And that's the duality of her. She was actually my very first, I think, S rank in this game. 5-star? Let's say 5-star. I'm using Getcha terms. Fuck it. She was my very first 5-star in this game. I was a little disappointed because I really wanted Yao, which you go up here. I really wanted Yao. And I got her, and then I think I chose Yao for my selector. I believe that's what happened. I was a little disappointed, but I didn't really regret it because she was actually very fun. I think my issue with her at the time is that I just wasn't knowledgeable in the game, so I gave her bullshit ass weapons. It had a bullshit ass team, and to be honest with you, prior to our queen being released, the Annie Finney, Marion wasn't cutting it. I don't even think she's cutting it now. It's a little too late, but it is what it is. If you use her, you use her. You know, it's not that big of a deal. Kaguya, great support. Don't particularly care for the character. I like her personality. Who doesn't like a good gamer girl, right? Just don't really care for anything else about her. That's about it. Mouxer, similar situation, except don't care for her personality. You like cat girls, you go for Mouxer. Avocado. Listen, I'm not one to chase red flags, but she might be the exception. And I don't want to say I'm the biggest defender of Avocado, because quite frankly, there's probably like some die-hard Avocado fans, but I would defend her for a while because I know when she came out, her damage was disappointing, but I love the fact that she does things more than just damage. That to me adds way more value than damage, because you can power creep damage, but you can't it's harder to power creep utility. And that's what she did, because she comes out, she does a decent amount of damage. It's not awful, right? It's better than Frito Pie, but it's good. And she also breaks parts very easily as well. And I love that, because that's good for specific bosses. And you know, you'll see where I place Tess later. You'll realize that I just love kind of niches, right? Because it's harder to replace a niche. But yeah, I need to throw the don't owns back in their proper tier, because that's confusing me now. There we go. This is better. But if I had to place these characters, it'd be somewhat like this. Yeah, something like this. I think that is pretty much the light now for good. Now for bestest, this one's easy. Haru. Cherno's probably go up there too. Both Finnies can get it. Haru, actually I forgot to put you down here. Yeah, Katya here. Both of them could get in that list, even though I'm kind of questioning that. You can go here. Tess, and then Boo. Now this looks strange. I know, right? But just hear me out, okay? I forgot to put these two, but Haru, I love Haru's design. I like her personality. I even like her gameplay. But her damage just wasn't cutting it when I got her, and it sure as shit not cutting it now. And it sucks, because I really like this Haru. I really do. I just feel no reason to really invest into her, because there's just so many better options today. And that's the unfortunate reality. Same with Life. I love Life. She's our wife. But 5-star wife, she's cool. I think her gameplay is good. It's just like her damage, man. It's just not cutting it. And I am heavily invested into her on my alt account. I believe I have her M3 at the moment. I also have her weapon at T1. I do want a T2 in the future, but for now it's T1. And like, even with all the support, I'm like, I feel like I'll be better off using someone else if I had someone else. But I just like her gameplay, and I like Life. Also like a lot of her outfits. A lot of her outfits I think are great. Even the ones that are not super fan servicey, just great design. Which I do wish Season did more of. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't care if fan service is in the game or isn't in the game, right? Because what got me into Snowbreak is the gameplay and the character designs initially. But like, I'm never going to complain about fan service. I'm always going to welcome it. But sometimes I do wish there were some outfits that weren't fan servicey if they focus more on the design of the outfit itself. If you get what, like, you get what I mean, right? As long as the shit looks good, I'll use it and I'll buy it. But anyway, Boo Boo. I don't know if this is probably going out after my Boo Boo video. I like Boo Boo. I don't care for her design, nor do I care for her character. But that gameplay is carrying hard right now. In terms of my opinion of her, I love her gameplay. It reminds me so much of life, but it's so different in a lot of ways. And yeah, she's good. She's a really good character for me personally, right? Like just across the board. Another character I just forgot to talk about. It's kind of, I guess, poetic for how I feel about her. The new Frito Pie that came out. Oh boy. Listen, brother, listen. No. Get your ass down in this tier. You're not even in the alright tier. No. This character is so bad, in my opinion, in so many ways that fundamentally, I cannot sit here and be like, this is a character I think is alright. Where I stand with this on January 4th, 2025, the way I feel about Frito Pie is that I could care less if this character ever existed. I would care more if they dropped an updated version of her standard banner character today than I would for the way they did this character. And she had an interesting premise, right? A character that builds off movement speed. But in actuality, using that shit is a pain in the ass. Like, and no offense to any Frito Pie fans, if you love this Frito Pie, hey, more power to you. You enjoy the character you like. But for me personally, with the mismanagement of the character itself, plus the over-reliance on the weapon with disappointing numbers and disappointing way it feels, I'm like, I fundamentally, no, this is a no-ass character. Just no. You know what? Hold on. No. Let me move this back now. We're gonna create a new tier. Oh no. Hello. Here. Right. This is the no tier. Just no. This is strictly for Frito Pie. She gets an exclusive tier to her own. No. Let's make it green. Anyway, moving on from that disappointing ass character. I put everyone else up. I did. Okay. So we're gonna go from right to left in the bestest here. So damn, I forgot her name. Tess. I love Tess. She might honestly be my favorite support in this game. Not because I think she's a fantastic support, but mostly because she does offer a niche that I think was needed for certain characters. She's an enabler. She enables 3 characters to function properly. 2 of which I can know off the top of my head, which is Meow and Little Frito Pie, the standard banner one, wherever I put her. In the don't own tier. She enables those 2 characters to function, mostly because they both are heavily reliant on their ultimate. So, yeah. She gives you energy. I think that's great. Favorite support in the game, probably based off that. She's top 3 easily, as you can see. But I won't say she's probably number 1. In terms of a character, she's alright. Yeah. Cyrus. We love our little forgetful goldfish. I believe they call her Goldfish. I'm not sure what her nickname is. As a DPS, she's top 3 of this year, easily. Yeah, she's top 3 easily. Mostly because it's she moves around the map very quickly. She has put out pretty good damage output. Her ultimate is very easy. Not easy, but I guess easy to use and deal a lot of damage with. I love it. I love her across the board. She's perfectly rated in my opinion. In terms of my like the way I've seen people don't judge her or whatever. In terms of like her character and all that, I mean, I don't really care for it. It's not bad, nor do I. She's my favorite. She's a solid character. You get what I mean? Life. Yeah, you go up there. We love life around these parts. She's our wife. We love our wife. I love my wife. Anybody knows the meme behind "I love my wife" and then proceeds to cheat on a wife with coworker? That shit goofy to me. Anyway, we love life. She's fantastic. I love her gameplay. Easily like my #1 favorite character to release this year. Period. She's like the perfect DPS character for me across the board. Very flexible, good in all situations. I came out with a crazy support as well, like alongside her. Perfect anniversary character. I think Season did great during the anniversary for 2 characters they released. Not much to say about life. She's our wife. Katya. Gotta shout out to Katya, man. She was what got me back into Snowbreak. For anyone who doesn't know my history with Snowbreak, I started the game when I think Kaguya released. Oh no, Qinxing released. I think I just missed Kaguya. Kaguya might be the 1.0 character. So I started when Qinxing released. And then I stopped because I just got bored and I didn't really quite understand the game. And so I stopped. And I came back briefly during some random summer update. Or no, Haru update. Stopped after like a day. Came back during the summer update. Stopped after like 20 minutes. And then what really got me back is the release of Katya. I don't know why I came back. I was just like, I just want to give this game a try again. And I've pretty much just been playing this game consistently since. I've had my fair share of up and downs in terms of my burnout with the game over the year, but it's something that I continuously return to, especially since it's easy to maintain the game, right? It's only like 5 minutes tops to maintain daily, assuming you're not doing weeklies or bi-weekly. I think the bi-weekly is the worst part. But Katya, she holds a special place in terms of where I place her in the game. Plus, I'm a big Katya fan. Yeah. I think I don't even know what to say about her. Like, I think her gameplay is fun. She's one of my favorite DPS characters for a while. I still think she's good and she's very fun to use. In terms of her movement speed with her dodge, and then her using a crossbow as well. Yeah, personality 10 out of 10. We love her. Yeah, but speaking of Katya, this is the controversial pick. Her summer version. Listen, hot take of the year. I don't like it. I don't. And like the way her summer version works just never really like clicked with me in terms of like enjoyment. So that's why she's ranked so low here. The only reason she's so high is because I just like Katya as a character and I like her design. But that's pretty much it. And she does big numbers. Like I'm not downplaying her how good of a DPS she is. I just don't like her gameplay. Simple. But because I like everything else about her so much, that's why she's like up here. To be honest with you, I'll probably bump her down to high good, because I can't really say she's the best when I prefer the older version of her. You get what I mean? But yeah, Annie Finney. She's our second wife. I like Annie Finney. I like Finney. Let's get that out of the way. I like both Finneys. I like all Finneys, as you can see. And it's not one of those situations where I'm biased. It's just, or completely biased for the character. It's just a situation where I think Snowbreak likes Finney, and in turn, all the Finneys are actually really good. She is currently probably the support I get the most use out of, mostly because I am using Life a lot, and I am using Boo Boo on my alternate account a lot. So I get a lot of mileage out of her. I like her design. Personality's all right. Not really the biggest Tsundere fan, but hey, it is what it is. They killed her with design. That's why she's up here. Same thing with Little Sunshine here. It's probably goes back here. I think her gameplay is really great. If I'm going to be honest with you, if I had to choose a standard banner character to say the best, it would be like Finney. Finney is the best standard banner character. Don't even at me, especially right now in terms of like where the damage is now. Because at the start of the game, like it was a toss up between Yao and Finney, but because of the way Yao works and her over reliance on her ultimate, Finney's just overall better. She's a little bit easier to use. She's a bit more flexible in a lot of situations. Her support skills are actually significantly better than Yao. It's just like she's a great all-around character. and I hold that very highly. That's kind of why she's up here. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Charno, similar situation as Katya, and since that she's the character that got me back into doing YouTube. It's interesting, really, because my approach to YouTube is completely different than how it was before. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I initially started back, shit, what was I doing at the start? Genshin? I only wanted to do it just to potentially make a career out of it, but now I just do this shit because I like it. It's all thanks to Cherno. Cherno is what got me into doing the things that I'm doing. So that's kind of why she's rated up here highly, primarily, but also as well, I like her gameplay. I love her animations. Her animations are fantastic. And she started like the whole new DPS meta into the game, because she was like, for anybody that wasn't there, like Cherno was fucking crazy as a damage dealer, and she still is to this day. So yeah, I like Cherno. I wouldn't say I love her. Like, if I had to rank her, she'd probably fall like back here, most because, again, don't particularly care for her character. I think her design is all right, with the whole aesthetic around her. But yeah, that's probably where she would fall. Haru, number 3. I love Haru. I love all Harus. What can I say? She is probably a support character I use like she's only second to Finny, right? Very straightforward, doesn't really take much screen time, and she supports standard skill damage dealers. Cherno, Cyrus, who's another one? There was another one here. Haru, Avocado especially. Like, she's just good. I really enjoy her. I think she's fun. I don't regret pulling for her weapon at all, and I just love her design. Love her design. Like, she's like number 3. Yeah. And then lastly, the Queen of Curses. That's what I'm gonna call Yao. I like Yao. I like Yao as a character. I actually like her gameplay too. If I didn't like Yao so much, she would be in a whole tier in her own. She might honestly be down there in the tier with fucking Frito Pie, because the history I have with the Queen of Curses is that every time I lost my 50-50 throughout this whole year, she will poke her happy little head around the corner and steal my summon. Every single time. I have a recorded history of this woman stealing my goddamn characters every single time. She's probably the reason why I'm still missing, to this day, standard banner Frito Pie. And to be honest with you, if I didn't have my alt account, I'm missing life too. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing standard Finny as well. I might have pulled standard Finny by now. But, like, legitimately speaking, like, for a long time, my only 2 standard characters were Yao and Marion. Because Yao's the only person stealing my goddamn summons. And it's so infuriating. So that's why I'm hoping that we end this fucking trend and stop giving me Yao. Because she's already maxed. Alright? She's M6. She's done. I don't need her anymore, please. But I love Yao. I love her personality. I like her design. That summer skin is great. It's just I'm too poor to get it. If anybody got any donations, give me some so I can go for the skin. Or no, I'm joking. Don't do that. I just love Yao. That's why she's still my number 1 girl. Bro, when that fucking new Yao come out, I'm gonna go crazy. That's the only reason I didn't get Boo Boo on my main, is because I'm saving that guarantee. I know Yao was mentioned in the story, bro. She's coming out with a new suit, and I'm gonna be there day 1 getting that fucking character. I love Yao. I think this is pretty accurate to how I feel about each character, both, as characters themselves and playable. Yeah. This is pretty accurate. I think this is an accurate list. But anyway, let me know how you guys feel. Did I ruffle any feathers with this? Did anybody want to come for my neck because I put your number 1 girl at the bottom of the list? Or not in the placement you think I should have placed them. Or does people agree with this? You know, like do they think this is a solid tier list? Anyway, don't matter. Let me know how you guys feel. I'll see you guys next time for some very creative content. And yeah, I hope that you all have a great day.